Hey guys, what's going on? So we're doing another progress update on my mini account, MiniMoga. This is my free-to-play account, and as you can see here, we are a little over 2 weeks, 15 days technically, as you can see by that thing. And looking back to an older video, my main account made around 16-17 days after that one started playing. I'm very surprised actually at my progress, especially as a free-to-play. As you can see here, we have cleared the first hell stage, 6-1. I haven't tried anything beyond this. I just tried it and was like, holy crap, I can actually farm hell mode if I want to. And also we made it to chapter 7. Again, I only did the first couple of stages before I decided I should actually record, because this is a pretty big milestone here when you can start beating chapter 7 and you can start doing hell mode. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this. So here's my current lineup. We have Luna, Frey, Jane, and Annette. I gave all of my potions to Luna so she can get to level 71. She does have her unique weapon. I got that, I think, as my first unique weapon from this event thing that was going on. So I attribute a lot of my progress to the fact I got this and that I decided to go for Luna, because Luna, in my opinion, is probably the best starter DPS. She might be competing a bit with Epis now, especially since Epis is a 2-star and you can get her very early on. But I attribute a lot of my progress to her and the fact I decided to invest so much in her, and of course she has some gear. And of course another thing I attribute to my progress is the fact I have a bigger account and I can leech off of dragon raids, which is something that was literally impossible with my main account because everyone had just started the EU server and no one could farm those high-level dragons, let alone willing to take some noob with them. Nowadays, however, that is possible. Even if you don't have a big account that you can leech off of, there are a lot of people willing to take lower accounts just for those extra raid tokens. So I wouldn't say I really have an unfair advantage besides the fact I can do it just like whenever I want to. But do keep in mind, I haven't done it that often. MiniMoga definitely has joined some raid sessions, but not so much to the point where I can have like maxed out gear and everything. Luna still has T6 earrings, for example. Some of these guys still have some T5 stuff. Frey has a T5 orb. Jane still has a few T5 things. Annette's still in full T5 gear. So yeah, but of course that did help quite a lot. And of course you can probably see up there I have 120 million gold. That is partially due to the fact that I can save gold by using high level dragon gear to fuse into my equipment instead of using like same tier, like T4 stuff, putting into tier 4 stuff, and you have to use a lot and it gets expensive. Besides that though, and the main thing honestly was going for the come on try your luck achievement. I did this pretty early before I hit chapter 7. This was like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and this was huge, not only in gold wise. I mean, obviously with 120 million gold I didn't need to do it for gold, but I did get around at least 80-90 million from it. But also I got a lot of fragments. That way I could T1 all 4 of my heroes. I mean, that wasn't the only reason, of course. I've also used a couple of loot boosters in the meantime because I could farm. Well, I was using loot boosters on chapter 4. Some people say that's too early to do it. But the thing with this game is, and I've said this before, the faster you progress, the faster you progress. So even if it's less efficient to use them on chapter 4, when it means you can get a hero to T1, you can get them to level 71, you can start equipping higher gear on them, then I think it's worth it, even though it's less efficient. Because then you can start farming the higher stages like hell mode. You can start getting more fragments, more essence, more experience, more gold, more everything. Hell mode is just like really the entry point into faster progression, and the faster you can get there, the faster you'll progress. Of course, going with the magic team is also smart because chapter 6 has a lot of low magic defense guys, and there's no one that's truly magic immune in the game, because the ones that say magic immune just have a buff that eventually goes away, so you can't technically clear all the content with the magic team, except maybe one of the stockade levels. That might be an exception. So if we look at one of my very first videos, this is the first day I started playing on EU. That was uploaded on September 15th. And then here we got the best way to get rice cakes video event thing that was uploaded on October 2nd. So approximately the same time difference between when I started my little account and today. So just from the introduction screen here, you can see I have a 64, 65, and a 70. So my levels are approximately the same, but I don't think I was farming hell mode yet on this account, but I may have been able to, since I think later on in the video I show that I have just started chapter 7, and I think chapter 7 easy is actually a little bit harder than chapter 6 hell mode if you do have a full magic team. Yeah, you can see that here. And yes, we also do have a full team of T1s. We have Cassandra at 61. I guess I replaced Frey at that time. So the average levels are a little bit higher here, but you have to keep in mind on this account I had a 1 week EXP boost running for at least 5 days at the time of recording this video from I think one of the the starter packs, so that of course helped my levels quite a bit. But honestly, the difference in progression is not big at all. It might be a little bit bigger when I get to the 1 month mark because I had spent a little bit more at that point, but we'll have to see. So that's pretty much where I am story-wise. We're gonna go into the Tower of Challenge and see where we're at there. I think I pretty much went as high as I could yesterday. We're on floor 58. Floor 50 was a bit of a pain in the ass, but we were able to eventually do it. Get those, I think, 10 of each essence, which was really nice to help the progression as well. There wasn't really any too hard floors until I think 58. I could probably do that a little bit later, but then 60 I know I'm going to have a problem with as well. I'm sure I could do it before it resets since there's still 25 days left. But 65 I doubt I'm going to be able to get to before it resets. Also, we'll be getting Maria out of the inn pretty soon, in maybe 2 or 3 days it looks like. So I'm thinking about swapping out Annette or Frey, perhaps, with her for now, but I'm not too sure yet, because I know I was kind of thinking Annette would be sort of a sub DPS, but at the moment she's not really acting as such. I know she has a ring on now, but she did have the earrings and I didn't notice too much DPS coming from her, and she was dying and I wanted to 3-star the places, so I gave her a ring instead. And she also does have a healing skill. I know it's not huge or anything, she's kind of like a sub healer, sub support, sub DPS. I have no idea what the hell Annette is, but I always wanted to try her on my main account, but there were just other heroes that I needed to pay attention to, so I decided to get her on this account and try her out, get some experience with her. I'm not taking Arena too seriously at all, to be honest, and this is kind of a dumb comparison comparing to my main account. When I first started out, so did everyone else, and there was no level 80 T5s up there in Challenger, so it's definitely never going to be a comparable experience starting 3 months after the server went live, you know. Orville Castle, we got up to stage 37, which I believe was the point I got stuck at for a long time on my old account as well. This guy's just pretty hard. You can see my sort of achievements here. I've spent apparently 337 million gold, almost 40k stamina, and 9k rubies in these 2 weeks, so I'm not too sure what these were on my main account at this point, but there they are anyway. As far as Tower of Ordeals is concerned, I just kind of tried a little bit on Monday to get enough to craft a Stone of Infinity, and then I kind of stopped doing it for a while because it was just getting hard, but like we can try a few here. Looks like we'll be able to complete this one without too much of a problem. Alright, cool. So Frey died on this one, but I think we should be able to take care of that Epis back there. This one's also looking good. The Luna is just going crazy. Like almost 1 million DPS at this point is pretty insane. I did see it spike above 1 million during the battle. On this one we have Miruru and Nyx, which are also dead now. Pretty cool. I think that was floor 15, so I probably won't be able to beat this one. I have a feeling I'm just gonna let them auto and try, but it looks like my Jane isn't tanky enough. And that Aisha back there is kind of annoying. Maybe manualing it, ooh, there goes Bado and Shield. I'm probably screwed now. Yeah, maybe manualing. I could do it, but like I have 4 days until it resets, I think, so I'm not really going to bother with it until then. So yeah, well, looks like they can actually do it. That's actually awesome. Nice. Oh no, there is an opposing Luna back there. This might be it. Boom, there goes Frey and Annette. And damn. Okay, so I think this one might, yeah, okay. This one might take a little while. Annette back there was almost dead. I think Luna died as well. So again, this is probably one I could do on manual maybe, but I'm not going to bother with it right now. Like I said, I have 4 days, and I'll try it some more before it resets. That's typically what I do. There was also one other thing that really helped my progression, and that was that ruby spending event a while ago. I managed to get together 7,000 rubies and spend them on whatever I spent them on. I actually forgot, but I think it was a couple of loot boosters, maybe refreshing upper dungeon a few times here and there. And so I was able to spend those 7,000 and get those 2 infinity stones, which did of course help transcend my first 2 heroes. But we also had events going on when I first started and all of that. So of course different situations are going to hold different things and you can't always compare. But the point is and was that this is a completely free to play account and this progression is achievable. Again, I do have a bit of an advantage, I would say, because I do have a bigger account that I can farm off of dragon raids. But like I said, if you ask around enough, then there will be people willing to carry you in those high level raids as well, because then they get extra tokens. And since a lot of people are farming for Gladi, I'm sure you'll be welcome. So some of you may be wondering how much time I actually put into this account, because obviously I have progressed a decent amount, especially for a free to play account. And I would say probably a little bit less than my main account. The thing is, I do have a decent PC and can run both emulators alongside each other. So, you know, when I have things to do, I'm just gonna put them over to the side, both of them, go auto a stage, level up some dudes, or I guess in my main account's case, I'm not running so much anymore because I'm trying to save stamina potions. And running Chapter 7 Hell is very cumbersome on my stamina. But regardless, that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, anything I forgot to mention or whatever, just drop them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer. But yeah, that'll do it. Leaving a like would also be greatly appreciated if you did happen to enjoy. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time. And as always, a big thanks to my supporters over on Patreon.